Am I the asshole for not tipping a waitress and giving her the reason as to why?
Yeah. I mean,
Whoa,
sometimes...
What's making you say yes?
So sometimes, listen, if it's really bad service, sometimes don't tip. You know what I mean? But then to go up to an overworked waitress, probably, and be like, this is the reason. I feel like, come on, man. But maybe I'll change my mind.
Maybe you'll change your mind? Maybe.
Could be the worst waitress fucking ever.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah. You want to make that bet right now?
And also, I'm a coward. It's really what it is if I had a bad service, I just would leave, not a tip, and then would leave.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably still leave a tip.
Like a small tip, yeah. 10%, you know?
Because I'm American.
Yeah, an American, yeah.
Indoctrinated.
Tipping culture sucks. Tip.
I am seeing Americans be like anti-tipping culture, but it's specifically the iPad no
turning
service,
it around, yeah.
Because fucking it's like shit where like you're at the airport and then you go and pick up the item, you scan it yourself, you pay for it yourself,
yeah, and
then it asks you for a tip.
It's like, fuck off.
It's
no,
like, what? No, what?
Yeah, if I'm doing
crazy.
The work, yeah.
Yeah.
God, but okay. Am I the asshole for not tipping a waitress and giving her the reason as to why?
Maybe. I'll change it to maybe.
I, male 48, was at a restaurant yesterday with a few of my friends. We usually go out and all goes well. We always pay separately, and it's important to know that I always tip in usual cases. This not being one.
Okay.
So the beginning goes fairly well. The hostess takes us to our seats, and the waitress comes out shortly after. We usually always joke around with waitresses. So when she asked me if I would like something with my drink, I say, I suppose you aren't on the menu, so I will just have the crab cakes, unfortunately. She did not laugh at my joke. I found this to show her lack of both service, but also interest and attention to the guests she works to serve. Other waitresses usually laugh or joke back, but I decided to let it slide. Me, the man yeah.
You gaslit me so hard at the beginning of this. I was like, yeah, obviously. And then you were like, really?
Really?
Oh, here's the worst thing you've ever fucking heard, Sarah. I guess you're not on the menu, so I guess instead I'll have crab cake. And then my autistic ass, not self-diagnosed, not full. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've been peer-reviewed. I love that comment. That was amazing. My ass would be like, so I'm equivalent to crab cakes?
Yeah. I'm $7 worth of food to you?
I'm $7 worth of imitation crab and breading?
Yeah. But this is only paragraph 2 of like 4 too, so it's getting ready. Yeah. Also, end of that last paragraph again. I decided to let it slide.
Right.
The second thing that led up to the no tip was that it took a long time for her to bring out the food, which to me yet again shows her lack of service and attention. The third was that we had already had time to finish our appetizer before she came to check on us. Had something been wrong with the food, she would not have known. The fourth thing was that she served my friend a medium steak, though he asked for medium rare. The fifth was that she forgot my drink order and I had to remind her. She did not notice by herself. The sixth was that almost every time me or one of my friends tried to joke with her, she did not laugh, she did not smile, she just looked like we discussed her. The experience was not at all nice, and I fully believe it was due to the service we had. All of my friends and me agreed that no one would tip her due to how we felt both forgotten about, mistreated, and the overall service.
Okay.
When we were paying, I told her that I assumed she would realize, but I would like to explain to her why we decided not to tip her. I told her almost everything I have explained.
You should be in jail.
You should be in jail, yeah. I told her almost everything I have explained in the post, and also explained that we all usually leave good tips, so she know that she'd missed out. She just stares at me and told me, "Okay, have a nice rest of your evening, sweetheart." This ticked me off, but we all decided to leave.
Okay, all right, sweetheart.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
When I told my wife and her daughter about this today, they both asked me what was wrong with me. Not only that I did not tip her and explain, but also how me and my friends treated her. I asked what was wrong with our treatment, and as no other waitress has ever found something wrong about it. They told me that I should really think about it all again, and that if I can't find anything wrong with it, to think harder. I am at a loss for words as the only people to ever think I did something wrong are my wife and her daughter. All my friends fully believe that we are in the right here.
Yeah.
Was it really that wrong of me to not tip and explain why?
Yeah.
If I do something inappropriate or wrong that it affects my work or customer satisfaction, I would like to know. That is something I think should go for waitresses too. That's it. That's the end of the post.
Oh, okay.
So I want to remind you real quick, the first thing was joking about wanting to fuck the waitress and then went to his wife and daughter and explained.
I said I wanted to fuck her and she didn't even laugh. And then my wife was like, what the fuck? Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
and
wild.
I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, think really hard about what you did. And I was like, I don't do that. I can't do that.
So
wow. And also the only people who thinks he did anything wrong was his wife and kids.
Yeah.
And not
but all his friends
the
were like, nah, we're
waitress.
so right. Yeah, the waitress also thinks what you did
or
was
her
wrong.
boss.
Or the chefs.
Or the people around her.
Yeah.
Her coworkers that she totally shit talked you guys to.
Yeah, and was like, yeah, give him, just fuck him up.
Or
just...
other tables who noticed you being shitty.
Yeah. That's the thing too, where it's like, why are you blaming also, like, theoretically, if a steak was wrong, why is it her fault if it's
also it was medium rare, he wanted it medium. Throw it back in.
Yeah, it's yeah, just fucking
and then have it come out. Those like Gen X boomer ass couples that will go to a restaurant and you'll like hang out with them and then fucking you leave and they're like, God, that service was awful. And you're like, what?
No, that was great. Yeah, I was fine as hell.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, they didn't do this, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. And they have this like list in their head of all the things that happened that went wrong and how this country is going downhill because it's the transgenders. And you're like, what do you mean?
What
and
are you
they
talking
look at
about?
you with the like lead infused stare, like,
what do you mean you didn't see anything wrong with that? Yeah, like I hate that so much, actually.
This, like,
yeah.
existential moment of like, how do I get through to you? I don't think I can. I think you had too much lead poisoning.
Yeah, too much asbestos in your walls, yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah, it sucks for you, but like
that should have never happened to you.
Yeah,
but why are we?
I don't know why. Yeah, every single time
Tracy, the waitress.
Yeah, it's like I do feel that a lot when definitely, like, and it's always crazy to me too, because like I
family service oriented.
Yeah, my family's very service oriented.
I kind of understand it from them sometimes.
But I also think like sometimes they go a little too hard, and it's like, because I'm definitely like, I worked at Disney, I worked at Universal, I worked in food service at both of them, and I would never dare put anyone through what I went through.
Yeah.
So like, even like, and I had like the lowest rung, like not a restaurant, you know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I never like, unless like you have to do something really fucked up for me to be pissed off about your service.
Like I could understand like having an allergy.
Yeah.
And then asking for something to be taken off and then it's not or something.
Yeah, that's a genuine complaint for sure. And like shit like, you know,
but like food restrictions, even like if you're on a diet or something and that doesn't happen, that sucks ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like I think there are genuine complaints you can have about service, but like none of this, you were pestering this person, joking about wanting to fuck them, and then you were like, all right, well, you didn't want to fuck me, so
I'm gonna get mad at you.
Yeah.
And also everything else, it's like one-off things that I didn't tell you about that you should just automatically know because your job is this, and you should have a PhD in waitressing.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, come on, let's all chill out. They probably want to do something else with their fucking life.
Yeah, I don't think they're. Yeah.
If every time you go to a restaurant you need someone whose passion is waiting on you and providing service.
Yeah, especially if it's like an Applebee's or something, you know, where it's like, it's not like a independent restaurant. Yeah. Like I think, I think there are people that would like to serve people, you know.
And that's very valid.
And that's like that scene in The Bear with Richie, that Richie episode, I think is that.
Yeah, having worked in customer service and not in food service, but just in customer service, there's a real purpose in helping people,
I think,
and providing a service.
Yeah, I think there's an innate thing that I think most people have, and that you want to help people and you want to be nice.
Yeah.
And it sucks that it's been commodified by capitalism.
Yes.
Because in reality, that allows it makes the idea of I should be treated correctly every single time, and if you don't fucking do it correctly, I will not. The first time.
I should have to tell you anything that went wrong.
Take away your livelihood, your money, all of that. All right.
I'll make sure that you only get paid
just say
$3 an hour.
Me. All right. Just say you want to fuck me. Laugh at my jokes.
Yeah, you have to be funny for someone to laugh at. Yeah, you gotta
be fucking funny. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. She's also probably heard it a lot.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
I don't know anyone that would say that, but
yeah,
I imagine...
the amount of harassment that, the amount of harassment that you get, yeah, for sure, 100%, yeah.
Probably insane.
And you're just adding it onto it.
Dude.
Get out of here.
What's so crazy is my mom was like that, and she was just like the manager of a bookstore. Which is funny as fuck. She would do the whole thing like, I worked in service, and this is not good service. And I never put two and two together. I just always kind of assumed that she worked food service somewhere.
But no, she worked just at the bookstore.
No, she was just at a bookstore.
Yeah, because she had...
like, what a bitch.
Stolen valor,
weird. You didn't even work that.
I've never even worked in like a full-fledged restaurant, and I'm still like, I get it. You know, at least I've worked in like quick service and also like a stand. You know, like
you've never even once fucking.
If you've never, I think there's an old Daniel Tosh bit from like early on. It's like if you never spent a year waiter being working in the service industry, you can fuck off forever.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually genuinely believe that like you should have at least 1 year of like
just humbling
being like
I feel
if you've never given someone a piece of like food or insight and gotten cash bills or like dollars back for it, you do not get to fucking talk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. If you've never had a customer-facing job, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's not like I'm not judging you on it. I'm sure that people can have empathy without having that experience. For sure,
yeah.
It's just
but
crazy
there's a type of person
that most people need to have experienced it to have empathy.
Yeah, I think that's pretty wild.
That's wild. Like, let's all evolve together.
Yeah, why can't we all ascend the plane? Let's just be nice to each other.
Yeah, how about we do that?
Yeah.
Fuck. Jesus,
God.
kumbaya,
et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Solved it.
We are the world.
Yeah. Give the world a Coke.